Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Oblong Polka Dots and my name is Kerr. And on this channel, we talk about makeup, skincare, and beauty. So if that's something you're into, you've come to the right place. Today, we are going to use the Alter Ego Goddess palette. It comes in a box that looks like this. I believe it's supposed to be a dupe for one of the... it's early. I think it's supposed to be a dupe for one of the Natasha Denona palettes. And then this is what the actual palette looks like. It does come with a mirror. And these are the colors. There we go. So I think that we're going to do just a very quick neutral look. I don't necessarily want anything heavy because I'm going to work today. So I'm going to pick 3 colors. How about we pick Hera? Yeah, let's pick Hera, which is right here. Then we're going to pick Avalon, which is here. And for my pop of color, I'm going to go with, how about Lissa, which is right here. So we've got Hera is going to be for all over the lid, Avalon is going to be the outer corner, and Lissa is going to be that nice shimmery pop. I normally do my makeup in a gradient, so lightest to darkest. We're going to start off by priming the eye. We have the Essence Prime Like a Boss eyeshadow base. And I love this primer so much, you guys. It's a little bit oily when you first use it, but don't worry about that. It does dry down. And when it does, it's nice and sticky, and it really does keep your makeup from creasing, and it looks so pretty. Oof, it's in my eye. Is that glue? Yes. Girl, I be trying to get the glue off from the lashes that I wear, and it's like, no matter what I do, there's always some left. I think it's all gone. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and grab a brush. Actually, you know what? Let's finish priming. I'm going to use the Fenty Instant Retouch Primer. It's the Pro Filter. When I first bought this, I really did not much care for it, but now I'm obsessed. I purchased another bottle during the Sephora sale. It's just a really beautiful primer, and I love the way my makeup sits on top of it. I'll let that soak in. Okay. All right. We don't have a lot of time today, so let's chop. Let's go in first with that color Hera. We're going to pop that all over the lid. And typically, I really like the Alter Ego formula. I don't think that it's exactly comparable to Natasha Denona, so I really wouldn't compare it, right? But I do think that the formula they have is quite nice, and it blends out beautifully. The colors tend to be pigmented, and they don't have a lot of fallout. So if you're looking for a fabulous alternative to dropping an entire purse on a palette by going to Natasha Denona, then I suggest checking out Alter Ego. These palettes tend to be limited edition though, so when you go onto the site, if you do see something you like, you might want to grab it. I don't think I've ever paid more than $20 for a palette. So $20 versus what, $129 I think for Natasha Denona. It's kind of a no-brainer. And some of her palettes are even more expensive. They're like $236 I think. So there we go. That just kind of neutralized the lid for me in terms of the color. I think it goes well with my tone. So we're going to take that same brush and we're going to go with the outer corner using Avalon. And we're just going to deepen that up. Oh, this is a really nice shade of brown. It's a neutral. I wouldn't really call it a cool tone, but I would call it a neutral, and it's blending beautifully. I'm just patting it in. And then same for this side. Just patting it in. Very nice. Yeah, wow. Ooh, I like this brown. It's really nice. And it goes well with this other shade. So we're going to set this brush down for a quick minute and grab our little blender. Actually, let's get a bigger, fluffier one. I want something fluffy to blend this out with. How about this one? We're just blending out the edge a little bit. So I'm not going up and down, I'm pulling it out because I really want to try and keep that angle. There we go. Wow, it's a really nice, subtle, neutral look. I do like that. Okay, we're going to use the same brush, but what we're going to do now is we're going to pop on some primer. This is a glitter primer from NYX, and every time I use this, it just makes the colors pop. It really makes them saturated. So using that same brush on the side that we already used, I'm going to put a little bit of this on here. And believe me when I say a little bit goes a long ways. I'm just going to pat that in all the places where I really want that glitter to, or that shimmer to really pop. And you can feel it getting tacky almost immediately. So this primer is the business. Same for this side. And you don't need a lot. I can't stress that enough, you guys. I think one of the first times I used this, I used way too much. Just a little teeny tiny bit goes a long ways. And I'm just patting that in. And it's already sticky, I can feel it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go into that top shade that we were looking at, Lissa. Same brush, but we're gonna flip it over to the other side and we're just gonna pop that on the lid. There we go. It's a lovely, I would say, like an old gold, like a burnished gold. It's got that kind of almost coppery, bronzy, it's more bronze, I guess, than copper. So just throwing that on there, blending it out a little bit, not a lot. But that primer is going to hold this color all day. It's not going to budge from any of the spots where I laid it down. So, like, that's a wrap. I don't tend to use it on my inner corner because I think I did that a couple times and it kind of irritated my eye a little bit. So just keeping it to my mobile lid, this area here, that primer works well for me. And I don't mind if my inner corner is not like glowing to the gods. It doesn't really need to. Here we go. Okay, so let's grab that same little blending brush that we were fiddling with before. We're going to go back into Hera, and we're just going to finish blending out this edge, just pulling it up a little bit so we have a little bit of that warmth there in the crease. And then same for this eye, just a little bit, just to kind of round it off and give it some dimension. Ooh, I need to pluck my brows, you guys. All right, there we go. It's really basic. I like this palette. I mean, I think I say that for all of the Alter Ego palettes, truly, but I do like this one. I can't wait to get into it and use those kind of bluish colors, though. So you guys will be seeing this palette again because I'm going to do some more dramatic looks with it. But for now, let's finish up this look. We're going to grab the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I have mine in the shade 3N54 or Y463. This is my winter shade, so for skin twins, then this is the one I'm using. I'm going to pop a little bit of that on my hand, just about a pump and a half, not much more than that, because I'm still trying to keep my makeup as like skin-like. I'm going to grab this here, a little puff, this little beauty blender. We're going to pop that on. I normally put on my concealer first, but I thought I would try something new. I don't know if it's always a good idea to try something new when you're in a hurry, but why not? Okay, so this is really what I like about this foundation is it's just very skin-like. I can still see my skin. I can still see my blemishes, but it just kind of evens everything out. And I know that this is a medium to full coverage foundation, but I don't typically use it in that way. I prefer it to just stick with kind of medium to almost a sheer. Like I said, I really prefer that kind of skin-like look. I don't mind my perfections. If other people mind my perfections, that's not my business. This is the Lancome Tainty Doll Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. It is absolutely my favorite. Right now I'm using the shade 470. I'm going to pop that right here. I love this concealer so much, and it works so well with everything that I use, from foundations to tinted moisturizers. It just plays well with others. So love it. Love, love it. We got the same little brush here. We're going to start patting that out. Blend it. This stuff is really, really skin-like, and it sits beautifully over a primer, but you can also use it without a primer. But I feel like when I use a primer, it just really brings out the very best in this concealer. There we go. See what I mean when I say that it's really skin-like? Can you see that? It's just very skin-like, and it offers really good coverage. Okay, let's put that away. All right, so now we're going to go in and powder all of this, get it laid out. So I'm going to use the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder and Honey just underneath my eyes. Don't use too much because you don't want it to be cakey. Use just enough to kind of like keep that concealer from wiggling around. Just like that. There we go. See, I'm just going to keep it from moving all over the place. And then let's set the rest of the face. We're going to use the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. They don't make this anymore, so this is all I've got left. And when it's gone, it's gone. This is my favorite setting powder. But like I said, they don't make it anymore, so what are you going to do? Just going to have to live with it. Just put a little bit in the lid. Just a little. Set the rest of the face. Why I love this powder so much is that when I do use it, it does not make my skin feel dry. It just feels like nothing. Whereas other powders I've used definitely have made my skin feel like snatched, like too dry. Okay. And now we're going to toss on a little bit of blush. We're going to use the blush that has had me in an absolute chokehold, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is from Morena Beauté. It's an Afro-Swedish brand, and the shade is called Sweet Brown. And this blush just goes with everything. I do like to bring my blush just underneath my eye. Gives kind of an ethereal look, and I like that. There we go. See that? It's just a nice, gentle look. Nothing heavy. So my brows are tattooed, but I do like to brush them up a little bit. Every once in a while I will fill them in, and if I do fill them in, it's going to be with this pencil from MAC in the shade called Spiked. But today I'm not filling anything in. Just brushing up the brows so they don't look too crazy. We're going to set our face. We're going to be using the Cryolin Ultra Setting Spray. This is one of my favorite setting sprays. It does have a very strong alcohol scent though, so if that's something that bothers you, then you might want to avoid the spray altogether because it's strong. That being said, it is my favorite setting spray. I have some others that I'm going to open soon. I just haven't grabbed them yet. For my liner, I'm going to be using this Urban Decay liner in the shade Demolition. This is probably, if not, my absolute favorite eyeliner. And I'm going just into that upper lid, into that waterline, just to make the lashes look thicker, because I like the way that looks. There we go. I don't line my lower lashes because I feel like when I do that, it ages me, so that's why I don't line the lower lashes. We're going to use our Essence Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. I love this formula so much, but it is the wand that I have an issue with. I don't much care for these plasticky wands because I feel like I always poke my eye out with them. But this formula is amazing. And the Essence brand is really affordable. I don't think any of their mascaras exceeds $4. And because I change out my mascara frequently, that's perfect for me because I don't want to spend 30 bucks on a high-end mascara that I'm going to throw out in less than a month or in a month or so. So these are perfect, and their formulas are beautiful, high quality. I think that as far as there's certain products that you can definitely get away with purchasing where you do not need to spend a lot of money at all. I believe setting powders are one, so like the Ruby Kiss one is amazing. Mascaras is another, where if you just find a really good brand like Essence, then you'll get what you need out of it. Oops, let's see. Trying not to block the camera here, you guys. See if I can do this without looking, or if I'm just asking for trouble. She's a daredevil this morning. Woo! Throwing on the mascara without looking, girlfriend. I don't do that thing either where I dip the wand back in the tube 4,000 times. Just everything I need is already on the wand. It's already going to be coated well enough. So we're just going to go back in really quick with a flat brush and the same palette. And I'm going to go underneath with the Lissa and the Avalon and just kind of mix those two for just underneath my lashes. So for Lissa, there is a little bit of fallout. It's nothing that's like unexpected for something with this much glitter in it, but I just wanted to point that out. And then we're just grabbing the Avalon to just tie in that top and bottom. Just like that. Okay, that's the look, you guys. Let's go ahead, just pop on a quick liner and a quick gloss and we'll be done. This liner is from MAC. And what shade did I grab today? This is in the shade Chestnut. Got kind of that 90s liner vibe going. There we go. And then for my lip gloss, I'm using one from Juvia's Place. It's called Mirage. It's just a nice peachy nude. And that's it. Okay, what do you think? Here's the look. Don't get lipstick on your teeth. Here's the look. I hope that you guys like it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.